I rejoice that here in the UK we enjoy a significant heritage of prizing and protecting freedom of expression, freedom of thought, freedom of religion and freedom of conscience. That we don't suffer the persecution of the type we've heard of in many countries today. But I have in recent years become increasingly concerned as to whether these freedoms are being adequately protected in practice in our country today. And so I welcome the recent Supreme Court judgment regarding Asher's Baking Company, when the court ruled that the owners of Asher's Baking Company should not be compelled to promote a message which clashes with their own sincerely held biblical beliefs. This ruling has implications not simply for Christians, not even simply for religious people. It is an important safeguard for all of us because it upholds an important principle of freedom of expression, namely that no one should be compelled to express a belief that they do not hold, still less a message with which they strongly disagree. Nonetheless, whilst I welcome the judgment, I do want to sound two notes of caution as I close. Firstly, whilst I am pleased with the Supreme Court judgment, I am concerned that this case progressed to anything like the extent it did through the courts in our country. And all the more so because its progress was reportedly funded at enormous public expense to the tune of around £250,000 expended by the Equality Commission of Northern Ireland, not to mention the fees of the MacArthur family. Should this issue not have been resolved in a sensible way more quickly, and certainly without the trauma which the brave MacArthur family must have endured to make the public stand they did, and to whom I pay tribute, as I do to the Christian Institute who supported them. Why was it that a public body supported this action? Why did the courts not uphold this important freedom much earlier in the process? I suggest we need to see a redoubling of efforts to promote religious literacy in the judicial system as one part of the solution. And second, whilst underlining my welcome of this judgment and the vindication of the MacArthur family, it is important to recognise that this does not negate the challenges being faced by many other Christians in the UK on account of their Christian faith. I do hope this judgment is a turning point in securing a better practical settlement in the protection of everyday life, of religion freedom generally, of not only Christians but also, as we've heard, of those with other beliefs. I hope, too, it will encourage those who have those sincere beliefs to speak out about them and not to feel that they are subject to what has been called the chilling effect, inhibiting them from so to do. I hope we will see further evidence in coming months that judicially, politically and culturally, our commitment to freedom of thought, conscience and religion, as well as to freedom of expression, is deep and real here in the UK, even where that freedom may be politically or culturally inconvenient. In terms of religious freedom, we should stand as an exemplar beacon of hope to others who suffer far more greatly around the world.
Yeah.